You know that feeling, right? When you're just reacting to life, making huge decisions on the fly. But what if you could flip that script entirely? What if you could stop guessing and start living with a sense of purpose and mastery, where you're always prepared? Well, today we're going to dive into a framework that helps you do just that. And this right here is the absolute core of it all. See, mastery isn't about being perfect. An amateur swordsman makes one wrong move and that's it, game over. But a master? A master can make that exact same wrong move and, because they're so prepared, they can adapt on the fly and turn it into the right move. It's all about transforming a potential loss into a win. And that, my friends, comes from discipline. So here's our game plan. We're going to walk this path together in 4 stages. First, we'll look at the problem, what it means to live by guesswork. Then, we'll get into a super practical 30-minute daily fix. After that, we'll adopt the mindset you need to crush any obstacle. And finally, we'll see how it all leads to a life of true purpose and service. All right, let's jump right in with section 1, life by guesswork. We've got to understand the problem before we can solve it. And the cost of being unprepared? Well, it's higher than you think. Think about a pro boxer for a second. When they're in the ring, it looks like it's all instinct, right? Pure reflex. But what we're really seeing are thousands of hours of training burned into their muscle memory. An untrained fighter who just goes with their gut, they're not using instinct, they're just guessing. And in life, just like in the ring, guessing can get you hurt. Real, powerful instinct, that's something you have to earn. And this is exactly why that training matters so much, because every single choice you make today didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's standing on the shoulders of all the choices you made yesterday, and it's laying the groundwork for all the ones you'll make tomorrow. It's a chain. So the real goal here is to stop making isolated guesses and start building a chain of smart, deliberate actions that lead you where you want to go. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, that brings us to the good part, the 30-minute path. Think of this as your personal, daily gym for your mind and your life. So what is this path of duty? It's actually pretty simple. It's a focused 30-minute block you carve out of your day every single day. And the goal is huge, to get a real handle on all your responsibilities, your job, your family, your community, your whole world. So how does it work? It's broken into 3 easy 10-minute chunks. First, 10 minutes of retrospection. You look back at the last 24 hours. And this is the keystone. You can't plan your future if you don't understand your past. After that, you spend 10 minutes planning today's goals. And finally, you spend 10 minutes looking ahead, shaping your long-term vision. And that last 10 minutes, that's where the real magic is. This isn't just daydreaming, it's strategic mapping. You're actually plotting out your goals for the next week, the next year, and yeah, even the next 5 years. This is how you make sure the little things you do every day are actually adding up to the big life you want to build. Now, here's a thought that might seem a little backward at first. The plan you make isn't nearly as important as the habit of planning every day. Why? Because that daily process is like an education. It trains your mind, it sharpens your focus, and it gets you ready to handle any decision that life throws at you, whether it was in your plan or not. Okay, so you have the practice, but the practice alone isn't enough. You need the right engine to drive it. That brings us to section 3, the victor's mindset. This is all about learning how to see every single obstacle as a hidden opportunity. And it really all boils down to this one question. When you hit a wall, what do you see? Do you see a dead end that's there to stop you? Or could it actually be something else? A gift, just waiting for you to unwrap it? This is the shift in perspective that changes the whole game. Every problem you will ever face already has the solution baked right into it. The obstacle isn't really a wall, it's a puzzle. And the answer is right there inside. You just have to look at it the right way. I love this analogy. Think about a mountain climber. They look up at a jagged rock ledge, and they don't see a barrier. They see the next handhold. They see a challenge. And once they climb past it, that very same ledge that was an obstacle just became a resting spot, a stepping stone on their way up. The rock didn't change at all, only their perspective did. Look, at the end of the day, trouble is a force of nature. It changes you. It never leaves you the same. It either makes you smaller or it makes you bigger. When adversity hits, some people, they just break. But others, they use that exact same pressure to break records. How you choose to respond? Well, that's everything. And this is where it all comes together. We take all this personal discipline, all this mastery, and we point it outward. This brings us to our final section, moving from self to service and finding a purpose that is so much bigger than just you. You can think of your responsibilities, your duties, as expanding circles. At the very center, the first circle, that's your immediate family. Then it moves outward to your friends, your coworkers, the people you share your life with. And that final, biggest circle, that's everyone, all of mankind. The real goal isn't just to be successful for yourself, it's to lift up everyone in every one of those circles. This is probably the most important takeaway of all. This is the ultimate yardstick for a good life. It's not about your title, it's not about your bank account. The quality of your life will always be a direct reflection of the quality of your service to other people. That's the master key. So how do we actually do that? How do we serve people well? It's built on a foundation of trust, and that trust rests on 3 pillars. First, be consistent. Consistency is the steady heartbeat of any relationship. Second, be conscientious. You have to actually care, and you have to show it. And third, be committed. Commitment is the bedrock that everything else is built on. You know, as the old saying goes, carve your name on hearts, not on marble. Your legacy isn't going to be some statue or a building with your name on it. A real legacy is the impact you leave behind in the lives of the people you helped along the way. So I want to leave you with this one last, really powerful idea. In a world that's always moving forward, standing still is not a neutral act. It's actually the fastest way you can possibly move backwards. This path, this life of purpose, requires constant motion, constant effort, constant growth. So the only real question left is, are you ready to get moving?